can't tell if they're following us. And we even left the supercars at the HQ and we brought the Carrera Van GT, but I think police are still following us.
What did I tell you about how fast you hit that on-ramp, man? Tell you.
All right, so you like Porsche?
Love them.
You love Porsche?
Love it.
I love the Carrera GT. That is a Porsche. In order to take Mia's possible car option to the highest level, if it was to be a Porsche, I thought I would bring you to one of the most extreme Porsche modifying brands down here in the Southern California area. They mainly focus on race cars, which you're gonna love. We are at BBI Autosport right here in SoCal, and look what they have right out front, a bunch of Porsches. Now, before we go in, James, please educate both Mia and myself on what are we looking at, other than I know they're all 911s. They all look the same to me.
Yeah, none of these are stock at all. 996 turbo cab.
This thing's cool. And there's the man himself, but Tim, you are who we came to talk to.
You guys could have parked in the lot here.
Well, it says no parking and I respect you, so.
That's a good way to start.
Thank you for having us.
Good to meet you. James. Nice to meet you, James. Hi.
James.
Mia, nice to
Mia?
meet you.
My daughter made some videos with us a few years ago, and she was like, I want to come back to the channel. So she needs a car. And out of all the brands I offered her, she said she would like a Porsche. And I said, well, there's only one man I know that builds the craziest Porsches, both on track and for the road, and it's you here at BBI.
I'm honored. Thank you. By the way, good choice on the Porsches.
Thank you. Everyone else is telling me that about my dad, so thanks.
No.
He shot me a text the other day, and I'm like, Porsche, I'm in. I like it.
Right?
We got to figure this one out.
Well, what did I bring the last time you had an event here?
A twin turbo fire breathing Ferrari. He brought it to a Porsche event.
A little different,
And
right?
the whole crowd was around the Ferrari.
Right?
Yeah.
We were just about to have James, who is a huge Porsche enthusiast and owns many Porsches. Explain to me what we were looking at just before we walked in, because these all look very cool.
Well, I can only tell what you've done on this one. These are both really bespoke, so you walked out at just the right time.
Oh, perfect.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's under it.
No, it's so that one. That's one of my buddy's cars. And that's my brother-in-law's car.
Oh, nice.
We take them. We revise all the suspension. We make a billet front knuckle to correct the geometry. We do KWs on both of them, and then both of them actually have just refreshed 3.6s in them with Super Cup cams, and just very mild because they just want to go out and drive them and have fun. But, I mean, they're just great. They're just such awesome cars to drive, and you don't need to do a whole lot after the suspension. But
Sure.
yeah, and obviously the E88s kind of are right at home when you think these cars. So.
And then what about this? Because this is the turbo.
Yeah, this is actually a client out of Seattle. He's a good friend of ours. Right now it's just down here for just a look over, but this is his fishing car. So
Fishing.
He lives in Seattle, he's a fisherman, and he has a spot on the Columbia River down on the border of Oregon and Washington, and he topped down, all his poles are hanging out of the back, and he just hauls on the canyon road. So he got a Tiptronic in it, and it makes about 750 horsepower. And
750 horsepower fishing car.
yeah, it's got all of the suspension on it, and he had to have a Tiptronic and a convertible. Fishing poles out of the top, and he doesn't want to shift when he's just going through the flowy roads and everything like that. And I was like, how's it feel pulling up to the cabin and something like this down a dirt road? He's like, yeah, it's fine. So
In all your years
awesome
of
is that?
doing this,
Yeah.
have you ever heard anybody
I've
use a
never.
convertible for their fishing rods to hang out in a 750 horsepower cab turbo Porsche?
Dude, I don't know what fishing's like over here, but you do not get fishermen rocking turbo cabs in the UK.
No, he's
if,
yeah.
you know, if there was that car culture that surrounded fishing, I'd probably be a fisherman by now.
Right. Yeah.
Crazy. I can't wait to see what you have in here, because it's going to drive him nuts, her nuts, him nuts.
At least it's gonna get your imagination going and see what we're gonna have to do.
I'm so
Well, you know I like wild.
I do know you like wild.
And you built a very special car, many special cars, but one in particular that resonates with me. So I want to go down that road in a minute, okay?
Yeah.
That's a cool color.
I'm in heaven.
I love blue. Did you see the car behind it? That one got my attention out of all the cars in here. Listen, guys, I do love Porsches. I just have never really gotten into them due to the fact that they just don't convert the same as like a Lamborghini Ferrari, right? Or even McLaren nowadays. But I think it's time we break the mold and we venture down the path of exploring what is possible. And here at BBI, there's nothing that's off limits, because Tim is the gentleman and his team who built Ken Block's Huna Pegasus. That's right, the Huna Pig, that wide body, crazy all-wheel drive monster that was gonna be the Pikes Peak racing car for Ken, that eventually his daughter did a tribute drive up Pikes Peak in. They built that car. So totally bespoke from the ground up. So there's nothing he can't do. But there's always a check that comes along with that. So my pocketbook's not as big, but there's a lot we can do. And They do a lot of really cool stuff in the context of you can take race car parts and put them on a similar chassis so you get that look on the street without going totally insane. So look at all the stuff we have in here. Now, if you are a Porsche nerd like James is, like look at these guys, inseparable already. Look at what the
137,000 RPMs.
You'll know all about all these models. The car that caught my attention is this car right here. This is pretty crazy looking. And at first glance, I think it's a full-blown race car because it's got a full cage in it. But at the same time, at a glance, it looks like it could be a street car.
Yeah, it
right?
is. Yep.
In a weird way. Like, look at the carbon fiber hood. Holy shnikes. The dive planes, canards. This is a GT2 RS. Is this like a Clubsport?
Yeah, this is a Clubsport. Look at you with the big Porsche brain.
What a fucking guess.
Go off.
Boom.
What do you think?
I love
You need a set of number plates in your way.
Yeah, I think this might do it.
That's what I said. Like, this looks like, at a glance, if you didn't really look at the interior, this looks like you could have just modded a 2RS street car.
Well, I drove this car a lot on the street in Scottsdale. We actually, the client, I actually don't know if I want to show this because it kind of hurts my heart, but we got rid of the X bar so we can drive it on the street a lot more.
From here to here.
Yeah, then we can bolt the X back in when we go race it, but.
Makes sense? Cool. Look at this. You guys, you know what I'm about to say. Because race car. Trademark TM. You can't take that. Actually, I own that, by the way.
I won't take it.
Steering wheel somewhere.
Missing a steering wheel. Yeah,
but look how even the shifter is like straight out of actually the street.
Car has AC.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, AC, climate control, traction control, ABS, PDK gearbox like a street car. It's got the street powertrain out of the GT2 RS street car, so it starts and drives perfectly. It really is a burly street car. This is something that you can go keep tires on it and go run an endurance race. Or you can drive it on the street everywhere through Huntington Beach. Right?
Yeah.
This thing is honestly absolutely insane. Look at the whole rear bumper is just carbon fiber. Carbon fiber, carbon fiber, the roof, doors. Oh yeah, I bet these weigh nothing. Oh my gosh. Me, I'd grab that and just swing it.
What?
Yeah, because it also doesn't have glass, which is all heavy
Can't
components.
drop the windows either, so.
Right.
But
like a-
it's got AC.
But it's got AC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alcantara dash.
Perfect for what you guys are talking about.
Almost perfect,
Yeah.
but there is crazier, and I had some ideas. We'll get to that a little later. You'll have to stick around because how crazy will I go? Well, I messaged Batim about this, and he said, you know what, the best thing to do is to actually come here and we'll speak about it in person. Because I also wrote in the same sentence, I want the craziest car possible, but I also don't have unlimited money. That's when he said, come talk to me. Into the candy shop. Damn.
Welcome.
Wow. 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 I love that color, by the way, minty.
Fun little color. It used to be gray. My buddy took that up to Washington, had it painted, and now we're building a 3.8 liter for it. And
Damn.
Yeah.
And is that actually like Porsche's like Golf blue?
yeah, exactly.
That's another color. You like the Golf livery colors, don't you? That blue with the orange.
Yes.
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. What's over the top that you could do onto a street car? Where would you start? What chassis and all that stuff? What would you do?
My favorite chassis is
Yes.
a 997. I love the 997.
997.
Yeah, it's. I feel like almost the last of the Rob 911. 991's kind of a neat spot to start.
991, okay. Like, can we go over and look at this
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, this is
'Cause
the-
out of all the cars that quickly caught my eye, this one caught my eye because it is wide body, full on race car. This is crazy looking. By the way, I love the white wheels.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nia?
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not going to argue with anything at this point, are you?
No, I'm really not, but I love it.
Walk us through this, Batim.
This
Yes.
is our car called Project Lucy.
Project Lucy.
Yeah, so in 2019, we entered this car at Pikes Peak. It wasn't a wide body then. Building it in a real short amount of time, it's kind of a theme. And
Everything is.
Yeah, and then ended up, luckily, doing well at Pikes Peak and setting a record in Time Attack 1 and getting second overall and first in class.
Really?
Then in 2021, we went back with it being wide like this, but it was red at the time. Got first in class then. And then this year, we took it with Mobile One, and Lonnie Unser, she drove it. She's 26, a real awesome person. We had a great time with her.
26-year-old female race car driver.
And hauls.
See what's possible?
I want to be on that level.
I don't know if she started, but she did race spec Miatas for a while, and that's highly competitive, but it's so much fun. It's easy to get into, relatively.
And Matt August,
Yeah.
they own a Mazda dealership. So getting Mazda race cars would be easy. Just saying. Our friend who we get all our cars from.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's build a Miata.
Right? Start there. Drive the wildest Porsche street car that looks like a race car, but really learn on Miatas.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Miatas are good momentum cars, and they teach you how to carry speed through the corners. Like this car makes 950 horsepower at the tires, so you can make mistakes and just light the afterburners and get out of a corner, where a Miata really teaches you how to carry as much speed because you don't have the power to get out of the corner. So slow cars are great to learn how to drive fast in.
Comfortable.
I agree.
Yeah, I like
That's
that.
a good place to learn, right?
I like the wide body and the big wing though.
We've developed this aero package with Virus Engineering. They build the dual element wing, all of that, and then in CAD, we lay it all out. We took the Dassault rear splitter and then did all the CFD work. Almost every car we work on here has a digital twin, so we scan them, put them in the computer, and run CFD simulations. And then we also run engine simulations with that as well.
I'm like, wait, what?
Okay, for your car.
I'm kindergarten, like preschool.
For your car,
Yes.
big wing will help with the downforce, so it's
Okay.
the opposite of an airplane wing.
Okay.
It's an upside down airplane wing, so it creates a low pressure zone on the bottom rather than the top.
That makes sense.
Creating downforce rather than lift.
Yes.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, so this wing actually creates, at 160 miles an hour at sea level, well, the whole aero package, almost 3,000 pounds of downforce.
3,000.
Yeah, with a really good drag ratio, so low drag, high downforce.
What do you think of that, Mr. JWW?
Remember the other day when we were talking about the wing on your 720?
Yes.
We were talking about swan neck top mounted wings?
Yes.
To have that cleaner surface underneath?
Yes.
What's that got on it?
Yeah, the bottom of the wing does all the work.
Yeah.
And we were also talking about how well it has to be mounted to the bloody car, not to rip or dent
Yeah,
the
those will
chassis.
be directly into the
Yeah,
chassis.
those go down to the chassis, and you can stand on that. Like our first version, we didn't have it laminated well enough, and it pulled the splitter in half, down the seam, and the bottom floor ripped off. If you're creating that much downforce, that's force, so it's acting upon components, and those components have to be mounted to the chassis to pull the chassis down well. So,
I've never seen anyone do that. I trust you with my whole life.
you want to do it?
You have to.
Yep.
Oh God. Okay. Ah, I feel so wrong. Oh wow.
Give it a bounce. Give it a bounce. So with this car, we potentially could recreate this kit and put it on a street car?
Yeah,
We could do it.
I have all the molds for all of this.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, these guys are nerding out over there. That's crazy. Like, holy crap. And the diffuser, the way this whole car is packaged. But you know what's funny? Out of all this stuff, I don't know why this satisfies me so much. And one of my favorite things is the straight up and down on the windshield mono wiper. I told you guys, I'm not really a complicated person. I like the simple things in life.
An interesting conversation to look at a current generation 992 platform GT3R, which is the current endurance racing platform from Porsche, adapt that to road use rather than taking a road car and making it as extreme as a GT3R.
I think that would be a much simpler way to do it.
Have you ever converted a car to like a GT3R or anything like that?
Yeah,
Or
we have.
RSR or any of those?
Want to see it?
Like here?
Yeah.
You want to see it?
I have a feeling it might be the one that I've actually been looking at because he's walking in the direction of the car.
Really?
I was like, ooh, that looks nice.
Okay. By the way, everything in here is just so well made and beautiful. By the way, this is cool. This is really cool. Wow. Man, if you are into Porsches, BBI is the place to come. Like, look at this. Holy shnikes. Dude.
It's the one. I told you. I was like, ooh.
It's got the wide body mirrors. No. Dude. It's got the Dude, that is the coolest mirror on planet Earth.
They are cool.
Look at, he's like smiling.
I love it.
It's this
man.
guy.
I'm
And
He's
the
geeking out.
button still works with them.
Does
This
it?
thing
Yeah.
is nuts. Look at the rear end. It's all carbon into the fender. Opposed to like the other car out front was just the bumper portion.
Right.
This is all, how do you, don't trip over it. Oh, what
Trip over. This is carnage from Pikes Peak.
I might not have to worry about that if I tripped over it. huh?
Yeah, no, that's okay. That one you can trip over.
This is Pikes Peak. And then would this just like hit a speed bump or something or what?
No, we had an off.
And what's an off?
The car went off track and a stump slowed the car down.
Oh, like, see when I go off, that's back when I used to drink.
Oh, no, different off. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, different off.
Tell us about this then, because again, I look at this and I'm like, how is this different from, let's say, the car out front, the
So this
2RS?
started life as a street car, 2000, I believe, 15 GT3.
This was a street car.
Correct. And then
Now we're talking.
my client, he also has wild ideas, but he said, hey, I want a wide body GT3. And then we said, hey, let's do the R. And then what happened was we didn't know that the wheelbase on the GT3R is extended back an inch. Then we had to do the R subframes, make our own control arms, machine out cup because we want to do 18s also. So we had to machine the knuckles. But with that street car, you had to put the electric e-brake in there and then this and this. So there's a lot of machining, and then cut the wheel tubs out, move the wheel tubs back and extend them out into the fender, but they have to fit underneath the trim on the inside. This is a challenge. This is a nightmare.
I can see all of your scanning dots.
Oh yeah.
Lots of work.
Tons
Lots of work involved in
scanning,
that.
I heard two words.
Yeah.
Challenge,
Yeah.
but the one that followed afterward really resonates with me. It was nightmare.
Nightmare, yeah.
The way he described, you overcome one challenge, it creates another challenge.
Downstream.
And it's a ripple effect. And that is exactly what I stepped in when I got into doing the third version of the twin turbo F12.
Can't even imagine.
Well, you can.
Oh, actually, I can't imagine.
Yeah. The
But
difference is the work is an absolute pain in the ass. You have to do it all.
yeah.
But someone else is paying for this.
Yes.
I have to do both.
Yes, that's even more of a pain in the
The worst part is, unlike you, I actually know nothing. I can never challenge the person on whether they're doing it right or wrong or anything. Like, I'm just like, okay, here's the money, throw it away, burn it, let's hope it all works out.
Very trusting. You got a good crew though.
I have a great crew. By the way, Mike says hi.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Good man, that guy.
How long until you think this thing's gonna do its thing?
We've made an internal promise to ourselves as a shop to have it done by the end of the year.
I like that. An internal promise
Yeah,
to
because
ourselves.
you get project creep, and then all of a sudden something else comes up, and then you're like, oh yeah, this is okay. Then you go work on something else, and then all of a sudden, and then pretty soon you do that for a year and you haven't touched it. This is the other good part: is that car, we're copying the intercooler setup off of that car onto this because it works so well. So you do learn a lot when you're racing, and this would be the third intercooler setup we were going with. So instead of taking the air in from here, from the scoop for the intercooler, we take that air in, 2 air filters in the back of the car, so that's air box. And then the intercooler will sit right here behind the bumper.
like the white car on the far end.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
saw
then-
it when I looked at the exhaust tip.
Right.
It's just boom.
Yeah, it's just huge right there.
Huge.
And then we're doing individual throttles on it from the 992 Cup, which you can see they're prototyped right there. Then we can go drive it and make noise. This is a fun car. Jeff Zwart drove it at Pikes Peak.
Piece of jewelry on this car at the current moment when everything else is like just raw.
Electroless nickel.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They're really shiny.
We're rebuilding it now. We're going to try to get it up to Monterey. And
You are taking it to Monterey?
yeah.
Oh, it's like 4 days.
We're
bro.
loading the trailer on Tuesday.
You guys gonna wrap this up so you can take it in 4 days to
Yeah.
car week?
Yeah, just
Which
typical.
seems-
It's
yeah, typical.
We constantly try to shove as much stuff into a small amount of time as possible because we have the real life, we have the bills to pay, we have the job to do, the families, the kids, and then you're like, well, I want to accomplish something, so you got to find where the rest of that time is, and what do? Sacrifice sleep? I think that's the only place where the rest of the time is going to be found.
When you are a dedicated business owner, family man, and you enjoy what you do and you're passionate about it, and everybody on this planet, I don't care who you are, all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's insane how you look at how you divvy that up. Always comes back to so many people have to make sacrifices in order to accomplish the thing. Sacrificing time away from your family, sacrificing sleep, sacrificing food, not eating.
Yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
it's
And
endless.
that's I've learned in my later years so far. You really have to move with intent. Like if you are going to sacrifice, don't waste your time. Like just know what you're going to go do and just do it. And that's the only way to do it. And
There's your advice, kids.
yeah, or you too can do it. Yeah.
What base
Yes.
911 do we start with?
Yes.
Whether more classic or more modern?
Yeah, love both, but I think more modern is DDE, so we're going more modern.
And these guys kind of nodded in agreement.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we're talking, what was it? You said
Said I like the
991?
991.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Manual or PDK?
That's
as in
where
automatic?
I have a lot to learn with everything, and I really want to learn manual, but we're gonna start with the
PDK.
PDK,
With PDK?
and then
Okay.
potentially, I don't know if we can convert something, but
We
were
should get you
talking
another car
about
afterwards.
Oh, okay. Sure.
If you're look,
You don't want
I'm
to
gonna,
swap a PDK
but
for a manual.
I have like the attachment thing. Like I'm gonna be like, I love this
Yeah.
so much. We're gonna need to like photograph every little bit of it, and then I can just basically make a wallpaper for my bedroom.
we do video here, no photos. And second of all, there'll be none of this we stuff. It's all on you. Yeah.
Okay,
You know this 6-pound camera I've been holding for this whole episode we've been filming? That left shoulder's about to get real beefy. 9-on-1 sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kit?
I mean, we can do a one-off.
Something like that, but crazier.
I think something a little bit more.
I want those mirrors.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, hold on,
what's this I and we? I thought it was me. I thought I'm doing all this.
meant-
I want mirrors.
You want the mirror.
You,
I want the mirrors.
sorry. You want the mirrors.
So you have first generation, second. The first is normally aspirated. The second, they went to turbos.
NA.
Yeah. And
I'm assuming we're talking non-GT3 here, right?
Dad?
Dad.
Well, what's better to start with?
So just going back back to the sound thing, like you're not going to get a better sound out of any other platform than a GT3. A, it's naturally aspirated and it's a proper motorsport developed engine.
So we'll start with a GT3.
Start with a GT3.
Wait, doesn't that make this go that?
Well, if you do a Gen 1, you'll get more GT3 value than a Dot 2.
True.
How much?
I don't know how much they are over here. What's the market in the US for a Dot 1 GT3?
Okay, I mean, that's still a lot of money. That's a lot of money, but that doesn't make me feel like, holy crap, driving this, I'm terrified because I feel like I'm literally driving a brick of gold or something.
It's sensible. You can daily this thing.
It's so much car for the money, man.
It's actually, it's so funny hearing all of this because I'm 22.
First
and this
of all,
is not
what was the
sensible
number?
at all.
What was the number?
You want me to say it?
Yeah, what was the number?
Should I whip?
Well, you clearly don't know what a f***ing brick of gold's worth.
Well, I just said
That's
it's
a
not
few
gonna-
bricks of gold.
Oh.
That is literally 2.5 bricks of gold at the current market.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It is.
About right. Yeah.
I'm gonna call Happy Jewelers and we're gonna find out exactly how many bricks of gold this project's gonna be for my daughter.
That's just. Yeah. You're gonna need
A whole car made out of gold, not 2 bricks of gold.
Listen, Dave DD, we have enough people with flashy gold cars on this channel.
Should we do something that looks kind of like that? Because I like the whole jewelry thing that you said. It looks like
991.
no, not like I just mean looks. Like, can we do something where like we get it to look the color?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Car,
Yeah.
kit, wheels, exhaust. That's the basics, and then a crazy livery.
Yeah. Back half roll bar.
Yes.
Some seatbelts. Let's safety.
Seatbelts. Hey?
That'd be nice.
Let's do it. Let's
We'll do
splurge.
5-1 harnesses,
Pretend, let's
yeah.
splurge on some seatbelts.
Should we do some seatbelts?
Let's do seatbelts in this one, okay, guys?
All right. Deal.
All right. Thank you for your time. I
Yes.
think there's some things I don't want to talk about on camera. Clearly, the world's your oyster. This guy can do anything. He built the Hunapig. I was there when they unveiled that car. That's where we're going to go. We'll do something nuts. It's going to be a wild ride. Again, if this is the route, Porsche's it. We still don't know. This kid could change her mind. She is my kid. I change my mind every 2 seconds. You want to sit in it?
Yeah.
Hold there. Step there and just slide in.
Let's go. Okay, 1 foot over the bar.
Yeah. And then head down.
Yeah, watch your head.
And you are in.
Oh my gosh, this is quite a. I love it.
Look at all the buttons,
Yeah, that's a bit intimidating.
right? You look good in there, girl.
Yeah.
Hold on, fantastic.
It's truly like a scene out of Fast and the Furious.
Dude, that's the weirdest thing. So Yorkie just put our camera in my face and I said, you totally understand where the backdrop of Fast and Furious came from when you're here.
LA car scene. We have the Senna, Evan in the Huracan. We got Dave's Goldilocks Squadra Corsa, like super trofeo. And then we have the Lamborghini Urus with our boy Nico. We're going out LA car meet because the boys need to experience that.
Let's go steal some DVD players.
And you got the family, I'm right here.
I do. I love that hoodie, by the way. And the DD Racing hat that we will be dropping soon. Or have dropped, I don't know. Have we? Where's Nico? Hey, where's Nico?
I think he just got pulled.
He got pulled over by that cop.
I think so. I think so.
There's no way.
Flash the lights.
What?
Give it the full sirens, and he's not with the convoy anymore, and he was a minute ago.
I think Nico got pulled over. Which I don't even know how that's possible. Like, we just turned a corner and literally we're trying to get on the freeway. I have no idea where Nico went. He just bounced. He was tired, but he could have at least said bye because the timing of that was so ironic because a police officer, just as we all turned, pulled somebody over. It wasn't Nico. He just vanished. We do have James, though, driving Goldilocks. I think he's enjoying himself. Got our boy Evan, who painted Tim's car. DD shenanigans, guys. Proper night drive. We're gonna have an amazing time. We're off to a LA car meet right now. So the boys haven't experienced much of this LA car culture. That is what drove me down to Southern California to make this epic content that I've been making for the better part of 6 years on the channel. Oh, Mia, we got a tunnel. gas station stop. This thing looks insane on the road. We left the HQ with 4 vehicles.
Yeah.
One of them being a good friend of ours.
Who's vanished?
Who said nothing.
Yeah.
And vanished. But
Vanished.
the irony is vanished right when that cop pulled whoever that other person
Whoever the
over.
other person was, yeah, flashed him up.
I actually thought Nico got pulled over.
Yeah, same. I was convinced.
So we're on the on-ramp to the 710 freeway. We go all the way around, loop back to save our bro.
And he's
To
vanished.
Only find out it's not Nico that got pulled over and that he is gone without saying a word. Messaged him on WhatsApp and called him, did not reply. I think he bitched out and went home.
I reckon too.
But we're gonna have a talk with him because that's not how you do it.
Gotta soak up the jet lag and get on with it, man.
Just let us know you're leaving because genuinely I was concerned. Like we did a whole
We
lap.
looped back because we thought you'd been pulled.
So, I appreciate that this is Dave's car and
Yeah.
that you're trying to be a gentleman.
Yeah.
But when I ask you to pull up next to me, we do this thing called vlogging. And if you don't get on the throttle, it's a very boring experience for these guys.
Listen,
So the throttle, there's only 2 pedals. Throttle's on the right, the brakes on the left.
I'm just respectful.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Dave said, by the way, you're good to go. I texted him and said, hey, James has your car. He said, he's the only person I trust.
That's cool. Big mistake, Dave, but that's great.
True, yeah.
That's good
I
news.
didn't tell him you're already sliding it around on the block. I think James likes Dave's car. Hi, Evan. Well, we found the spot. R35 GTR, R35 GTR. Whoop, whoop. S2000 with the top down. Nice car, man. Oh, this doesn't look good. Oh, that sucks. Whoa, little fender bender action there. Man, there's a lot of cars out. Oh my God, it's the like Fast and the Furious Civic. Green underglow. Yo. Hell yeah. Got the vet. All the cops are right around the corner in a parking lot, probably discussing their plan on how to break that up. We couldn't even make it into the event. All sides of getting into where the location is are blocked by 2 blocks worth of traffic.
A whole pack of them.
That's what happened. So they'll organize like a large group of police force.
Right.
Because did you see how many people there were?
Yeah, it's a queue to get in.
So to get in, how many blocks back do you figure that line started before I kind of cut around? What's up, bro?
6?
6 blocks.
Yeah.
And then we went around the block to find the one
block.
other way in, and it was also blocked.
That was blocked as well. And just over the other side of that building, there's like 10 cops.
Yeah.
Cars. Like cars.
And did you see how many cops were standing around
20
talking?
cops, 10 cop cars.
So like we're just around the corner, and I think in this parking lot are all the cops, like all of them. You see them all? What's that?
Do you know how long this is gonna go down here?
No idea. Someone texted me the address on my way back to my hotel, and I was like, I'll stop by. And then they said the last spot.
Yeah.
They were like, we're leaving the last spot. We got a new address. So I was like, okay, send me the new address. As long as it's not too far from my hotel, I'll stop.
How long do they usually go? Is it like everyone shows off for 30 minutes and then leaves, or is
I
it like...
honestly have not been to this event
Okay.
in a couple of years.
Okay.
I would say it could last an hour,
Okay.
but there's a point where like sitting around gets boring.
Is it? They're not. You're not doing. Is anyone doing donuts and swinging?
Oh no!
It's
Like
just
it's not one. It's not a takeover.
Okay.
It's not that.
More of a.
Fancy car guys.
Although, hold on, I can't speak for that.
There are people who do it.
Well, there's always
But
a guy
the guys who organize this, the events got a brand, right? So they
okay.
brand it. That brand, when I've gone there, their events in the past, it's like a meet typically at like a food event, like a taco truck.
Yeah.
Meet, eat some food, and then there's like a drive down the freeway to another spot. And there's none of that bullshit.
Yeah.
Or else these things wouldn't keep going on.
Yeah.
The stuff that's usually like the stuff that you really got to worry about, those are all stolen cars and like
Yeah. Shenanigans. Yeah.
guys I don't even want to be around.
Okay. Cool.
I'm just out for a car cruise with my daughter and some friends from the UK, and I was like, hey, you want to see a crazy LA car meet? And,
Yeah.
you know, it was 4 blocks long and we couldn't get in, so we just drove around, saw you guys, and we were like, let's walk down and talk to the cops. And he's like, let's ask if there's a Starbucks
I'm
nearby.
really into this. Coffee.
Yeah.
I'm still on.
So-
I'm still on UK time.
The answer is yes.
Yeah?
You turn right on Von Carmen, go all the way down to just before Barranca, which is just a few blocks down, and there's a Starbucks that's open until 11:30.
You see a Walmart bus.
How do I know that? I just came from there.
You're the man. I hope you guys have a safe night.
All right.
Okay.
And
Take it easy, guys.
hopefully these guys don't cause you any problems. Those cops are really cool.
Nice guys.
Nice. They're just like, hey, how long do you think this will go for? Like, they're just obviously doing their job and making sure that the community is in good shape and this isn't some crazy burnout bullshit. And I don't think it is. Like, I haven't heard any squealing tires. I just heard a bit of revving.
I just love the cliche that the cop knew what time the Starbucks closed. I was half hoping he was going to offer me a donut, if I'm honest with you.
Are we going to go to Starbucks then?
Hell yeah, we're
Because
going to go to Starbucks.
We're not getting into this. And in all fairness, I love car events and I love all cars, but I really come out to film exotic cars. And I want to show these boys, like the exotic crew of LA that come out. And when we pulled up, there was not really any exotics in that crew.
No, it just felt like a nice segment of the Fast and Furious. Like that was enough of a tick of the box for me to enjoy that.
Since we're on a
culture.
Fast and the Furious kick,
Yeah.
Did you see the black Civic with
I
green
did with the green.
underglow?
Yeah, I did. And I said to him, I said, that's the
the car.
Acura. That's the Civic.
We needed three more.
Yeah, that's the Civic.
Right? So
that was the highlight of the night when I saw that.
That was, they just
So
came
good.
back from stealing DVDs.
I think he's going up that scope out.
Sounds like fireworks going off with their exhaust.
Dad went to go pee, so I'm vlogging the golf content. First time, let's go. Oh my God. Trying to get up here to film this stuff because it sounds like it's getting really noisy and I keep seeing cops drive by with lights on, so. That's just a little loud. Just a little. Holy. Doesn't even sound that great in my opinion. This is actually insane. And more cops. I think I count. Oh, yeah. Looks like they're coming up here. I gotta find my dad. This is nothing like I've ever experienced before.
We walked over to the because we couldn't drive it.
Yo!
What's up, bro?
Same old sir.
Yo, all right. Urus. Hey, look, we got a classic 458 Italia. It's out of control, eh?
Yeah, I was telling them this is like nothing I've ever seen
James
before.
go?
I don't know.
This guy swung by the meat on his way to a delivery. Absolute. Like, it just doesn't end. Let's just go to Starbucks. Let's go. Let's go to Starbucks. We're out. Yeah?
I think she's a Porsche girl.
I'm
I think so.
I know.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
a Porsche girl.
Yeah, fucking traitor. Hold on.
You said you have two.
See ya.